I'm Tamara. I'm glad you tuned in. My life is super busy. It consists of working as a full-time mom and a business owner. There are so many things that go on each day in my life, and I want to take you on this journey with me because I am a mompreneur. Hey guys, what's up? It's been a little second, but I'm here. I literally just woke up from a nap. I am exhausted, but what's new? I said it in every video, and because it's true, I'm exhausted. Your girl is exhausted. Anyway, I wanted to film more so in real time now. A lot of my videos I've posted, I usually post a few days after. I'm trying to post either the day or the day after I film the video. So, anyway, that's just a little disclaimer before I talk to you today. Let me sit up because the way my hand is set up, yeah. I really wanted to talk to you guys about what my breaking point was into what made me decide to go full-time as a business owner. I think that's important. I think it's important for people to hear each other's stories, especially those who were on the cusp or, making that decision, trying to make that decision to follow their dream as an entrepreneur. I wanted to share with you guys, what was my breaking point, my moment of clarity that I said, okay, you know what? It's time. Well, mine kind of happened twofold. The way that I decided, what really kind of pushed it over for me was, I was working, and just a disclaimer, this is not at all me talking bad about any previous jobs or anything. It's just telling you how I was feeling in the moment. I was working, I had been working a couple of jobs, and I felt like I wasn't able to, I didn't feel as valued, as a valued team player. I knew I had a lot to offer, and it really wasn't so much about how my employers saw me. It was more so about I felt like I could be doing so much more. I also felt sometimes in some jobs I felt, not some, most of my jobs, for what I did, the pay it didn't equal. I had one job where I was, I'm trying not to speak too specific because, I don't want to make I am not trying to talk bad about any company that I have worked for. So I'm trying not to be as specific. But I just remember one of the jobs that I was working, I literally was doing everything. Like, for the job description that I had, I was doing way more than I should have been. And I always felt invisible. I felt invisible in a lot of my jobs, actually. And I don't know that bothered me so much until it clicked one day that, wow, I'm making this institution look very good, and there is no, and I don't do things for credit, but it's a slap in your face when you know that you're working your butt off and you get zero acknowledgement. And so that was kind of like a layered process for me, because those were the things that I was realizing. And it wasn't just in one job. It was a few jobs kind of back to back to back where I felt that way. But that wasn't enough to push me out the door. what pushed me out the door was I was already thinking, okay, I know God wants me to do center stage full time. I was already doing it part time. And in my mind, that's good because I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that I was going to be doing a full time, being doing a full time, y'all, Carson just walked in here. It's fine. I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that, that I was going to be a full-time business owner. Also, I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that I would no longer have a stable income when I started, because you kind of got to start with nothing and just work your way up, unless you're a person that already has, lots of coin. Then you can just do what you need to do. That was not my story. So I could not wrap my mind around the fact that, like, you finna leave a stable income and come somewhere where your pay is based upon if people want your services. Yeah, I couldn't wrap my mind around that. So it was difficult for me in that regard. But I never forget, I resigned from my last job. Just some personal reasons why I decided to resign. I felt like God was leading me in that direction, and so I did, not realizing that the next thing he was going to tell me to do was jump out there and do it full time. My plan was to go find another job that was going to pay me for the degree that I have, because I do have a master's, and there are a lot of jobs in education, not necessarily in the classroom, but in education, that will pay you your worth, pay you. And so I'm like, I'm just going to find another job, make this money, and keep doing center stage part-time. That's not at all what God was saying. So throughout the summer, I opened up my home. And because at the time I didn't have an office, I opened up my home and I was seeing clients throughout the summer. I was going in homes and they were coming in my home. And I had a pretty full schedule. I had a good bit of clients, and people were just, it was amazing to me that people were trusting me with their kids, because when I was part-time, I would have maybe one or two clients, and it was people, that I kind of had a relationship with or kind of knew of already. So it was like, okay, maybe, but the summer and my program, like the summer came and my program grew. I had kids in and out my house. I was in and out of people's homes throughout the summer, and it was bringing in a good bit of money. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, this is cool. Still not even thinking about, I'm thinking about trying to find something then I had applied to so many jobs. I had one job, y'all. One job offering me the right money, was getting ready, like wanted to hire me. It was a really good interview, but they, the actual job, I wanted a different job. I went in for an interview for a different job, and they really wanted me. Mommy? Yes. I'm filming. Can you say hi and then leave?
Hi. I'll just stay with my mom.
Well, if you're going to stay, you got to sit quietly, because...
Hello. I just want my mom to talk while I'm saying hello. Bye-bye.
Bye, sweet pea. Babe, is it finished? Is it finished?
Almost.
Okay. I forgot what I was saying. Let's take a pause, a moment of silence, so I can remember what Tamara's saying. Everybody says, thoughts come back. Thoughts come back. This summer. What the heck was I saying? Lord, see, that's why I need to lock my door, because my children are going to be in and out of this room. But the distance from the bed to the door is just not in my, it's not in my plans at this very moment. I'm not getting up. Okay, so I'll just go back to what I last remember. So this summer, like I was saying, it was coming in, it was great. And I had this one job, that's where I was. This one job that had the right pay, but they wanted me to work at another position other than the one that I applied for. I was not trying to go back in the actual classroom. I wanted to do things out in the classroom to help other teachers be resourceful outside the classroom, or be a teacher that was not necessarily in the classroom, but like pulling kids to assist them throughout the day. This particular position, no, that's not what they wanted. And they kept bribing me with pay, like, we'll pay you such and such. The pay is going to be such and such. Okay, great. I hear what you're saying. The pay sounds nice, but my sanity is more important. And I know what type of positions I work well in, and it's going to be a problem for you and myself for me to take a job that I know that I won't be successful in, not because I can't do it, but because I don't want to do it. And that particular position, I know will cause a lot of stress. Not today, not this year. I won't be doing it. I've already had that stressful job, and I'm not doing it again. My sanity is much more important. There's no price tag on my sanity, so I turned the job down. Still was getting emails and stuff. Turned that job down, and I was kind of discouraged. I was like, man, God, you took me here. I got this interview. This is exactly what I want, only for them to offer me a whole nother position. What are you doing, God? Like, what are you doing? And so then I never forget, I had field trips planned throughout the summer for my kids, for my center stage kids. And I was really liking the fact that my schedule, I created my own schedule. The kids would come and go, and I still had the rest of the day for myself. It was something I felt like I could get used to. And so we had the field trips. And I want to say it was the first field trip. Yeah, it was the very first field trip. We went to the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta. And it was a pretty fun field trip. I had some of my parents come and chaperone. It was pretty dope. Shout out to my sis, Takara. She came and she chaperoned as well. She was just going on. She's like, Tam, I'm so proud of you. Like, you're doing it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we're just on a field trip. Like, stop being dramatic. And she's like, Tam, like, she was filming me. And we all, at this time, we didn't have any shirts yet. So everybody had on the colors of the school. So like red, blue, or yellow shirts. And we got there, and it was so weird hearing people address us as center stage. Center stage, oh, this is center stage. Okay, come on, guys, this is where you're gonna sit. Oh, center stage. And walking down, they had an area reserved for us for our lunch slot, and they had this label on the table with our name on it. And that's when it began to hit me. And I had been praying, asking God. I'm like, God, I'm warring back and forth between doing this full time and still applying for jobs. And I was like, Lord, please just send me a clear sign. And I had been praying and praying for that for a minute, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. We got on this field trip, and I was walking down the step, and I looked at one of my parents, and I said, man, it's so surreal hearing these people address us as center stage. Like, come on, center stage, like, addressing us. And she was like, I know. She was like, because this particular parent was a business owner as well. And I'm like, man. And then I think about it, and I'm like, wait a minute. And all of a sudden, I just heard the Lord so clear. He said, need any more signs? Do you need any more signs, daughter? And I remember it just like this peace came over me, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And during that time, the theme for the year at my church was Revenant Faith, the year of the comeback, and the season of double. So it was crazy because I'm like, and my pastor had been saying over and over again, y'all, all of these visions, these dreams you have, this is the year to launch it. This is the year to do it, step out on faith. And I was hearing it, and I was just like, yeah, that's really good. Like, I hear you. Yes, awesome. Not, it after maybe 3 or 4 times he had talked about it in church, then finally it hit me. Oh, sis, he talking to you. It's time. You know how sometimes you hear words of encouragement or a sermon or somebody talking and you're like, they talking real good. And then you finally realize, like, wait a minute, that's for me. I need to get that. I need to catch all of that. So, I decided that day, and I need to go back and look at my charts, my calendar from this summer, because I need to remember, I need to mark that day and celebrate that day. That was the day that I made the decision to walk in faith, step out on faith, and start Center Stage and launch Center Stage. Man, when I tell you, it has been a journey. But I will say this. In the journey, I have learned so much, y'all. And since then, I have been offered jobs. I have been offered jobs. I was offered one job that I haven't even had an interview. Just had a phone conversation and was offered a job. And man, I wanted to take it. But the Lord was like, nope. Nope. And I'm going to tell y'all, sometimes when you hear God clearly and when you know that you know what you know you're supposed to be doing it, man, there will be some distractions come packaged so nicely. Let me tell you about this particular job I got offered. This particular job was literally everything I had asked for. I wasn't going to have to work all day. I was not going to have to work all day. And I was still going to be getting paid pretty decent. Had to turn it down. Another job I had applied for. And this particular job forever. Had been applying to it for a while. And then found out they referred me to the hiring manager for the position. I'm like, man, left and right, all these distractions were coming. But I had to stay the course. My encouragement to you is to stay the course. God will honor you for your faithfulness and for stepping out and believing that he has you. And since I have turned down the job, since I have just continued to push in this, even though it's been difficult for me, clientele is at an all-time high. We're at the position now where we're having to hire more people. God is honoring, and he's faithful. And I just wanted to share my origin story with you guys, how I got here. Guys, I want you to comment, let me know what you think about the video, but also tell me about something similar to your experience. Similar to my experience, tell me about your experience. Tell me something you experienced that helped you realize it was time to make the decision you knew you needed to make, whether it was on your business, whether it was just in life. I know some people who watch are not business owners, but this channel is universal for anybody. Some people on my channel are not business owners. Some people on my channel are just here to watch and enjoy. Tell me something that you experienced that made you realize, okay, this decision needs to be made. Guys, I love you. And I'll chat with you later. I hope this video helps. This is just another one of my transparent moments. Here lately, God has been leading me to post like this. So that's what you're going to get. Of course, you're still going to be able to see me, see my beautiful children, my husband, and go through this journey with me. But I wanted to have this time to talk to you about this. I hope you all have an amazing week and stay tuned. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching my video. I'm so glad you chose to be a part of the Mompreneur journey with me. If you want to subscribe, if you haven't already, what are you doing? Click here on this link. And if you want to watch more videos from my channel, click here. Thank you guys.